This global nightmare that we're all living, Covid-19 and the coronavirus outbreak, has taught us many lessons and reminded us about life, about our personality and our priorities. I want to share with you 5 lessons that I've learned. Number 1, we all share the same human capital in this world. Our human capital is life itself. It's not expressed as numbers or dollars. We have to clearly understand that. Number 2, we all share the same vulnerability in any corner of this earth. Because regardless of how powerful and strong we may feel, and how many resources we may have and possessions, there are certain situations, disasters, random events in this world that place us at equal, if not greater risk than those weaker countries, people with less possessions, with less resources available to them. As this outbreak has shown us, however, there are many underdeveloped countries that have been able to adapt to this outbreak better than those richer countries. Because how we adapt to our vulnerability, how we implement change and systems is going to determine how we can fight such disasters and random events as coronavirus outbreak. And this is why it's very irritating to me personally when I hear our authorities or our leaders mention how powerful we are as a country, as a nation. We are the strongest and we're the best country in the world. We cannot claim superiority in this false sense of confidence at a time of practical, real-world needs that people are seeking. Instead, we need to learn from the world. We need to learn from others, other systems, other smaller, underdeveloped countries far away. And we need to share our resources better. What we know, our knowledge, if we have more of it, with those in need as well. We have the same vulnerability, but we need to adapt to our vulnerability and implement change in the form of systems so that we can fight disasters such as the coronavirus outbreak. Number 3, life is short. The coronavirus outbreak certainly has reminded me just how precious and short life is. And this is why you have to have urgency about your action. Be purposeful with your relationships. So when a person has gone out of their way to seek your attention and has asked for you to address issues that matter to them, set aside those qualifications, the pettiness, the policies, and change them. And give the people and the countries and the projects the attention that they're seeking and that they merit from the society, from you. Address what they're looking for. You don't have time to waste. Implement a resolution, an action, rather than tabling it and creating barriers. Do it now. Do it today. Number 4, time management. We're living in an unprecedented level of uncertainty about tomorrow. And that's why we need to manage our time today. We need to manage our time better today. We need to plan ahead, at least a day ahead, because we're spending more time at home with our families, but we need to not just reconnect with our family and friends and loved ones, which we're doing more and more today, but we also need to be productive at work. We need to continue working from home or elsewhere. We need to be productive about our day. That's why even on a weekend, and you're relaxing more than you ever did before, but at home, you need to really plan your day by blocks of time, at least one day in advance. Time management has never been more critical than right now. And finally, number 5, legacy. The coronavirus outbreak has reminded us to think more about our place in the society. Not just our place in our town, in our country, but in this world. What are we doing to benefit society and the world at large? It's not about living forever, but it's about creating something that will, as Andy Warhol said. Isaac Newton made some of his most well-known discoveries during the London Plague, when he published his theories in calculus, in mathematics, in optics, and he realized that dark and light colors were actually a mixture of a whole spectrum of colors. Alexander Pushkin, the best known Russian poet and writer, wrote his Eugene Onegin, or the Encyclopedia of Russian Life, during the cholera outbreak in Moscow, when he isolated himself. Now is the time to leave a legacy on others. Give people the attention that they seek, one person at a time. Right now, with the urgency and with the legacy that you're going to leave. Share your knowledge, empathy, compassion. Now is the time to be kinder than ever, to leave a legacy. Even if you can't make a discovery like Isaac Newton or write a poem like Pushkin, leave people with your kindness, with your empathy, with your generosity. Create other leaders, next generation leaders, so that they will know how to adapt to disasters and events such as this one, so that they will be better prepared and globally correct. Not just politically correct, but globally correct. Because we need a new global reality in the next generations to come. Not just political considerations and wars. What are some lessons that you have learned? I'm very curious to know. Leave me a comment.